Hey, welcome in.
Welcome to the Arrowhead Addict podcast.
We are here coming to you live.
Let me tell you, the dopamine, it's flowing.
I am damn excited.
We are so excited to be joining you guys tonight.
Oh! Well, how you doing, man? Patrick.
Will Sterling.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion, two-time Pro Bowler, and Trent Green. Trent Green, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, he picked it up! He picked it up! He's gonna score!
And we'll see you next week. But until then, as always, go Chiefs.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kingdom's Queens podcast. We are officially 43 days away from NFL kickoff, and Chiefs training camp started yesterday, and we're on day 2 of that. So football is officially in full swing. We have content unlimited to us until about February in the football world. So I'm very excited about that. Finally, a lot to talk about with everyone. So we're excited to be here with you guys. I am your host, Lexi.
Hey, y'all, what's up? I am Jodi. It is so glad to be here with y'all. So many things have happened in the last 48 hours.
I know.
So many things have happened in the last 48 hours, and I'm just trying to get my brain functioning right to figure out where I'm actually at right now in this moment. So it's very good, very good to be here. And no, like Lexi said, training camp started yesterday, which is great. I mean, I'm just so happy.
I feel like it flew by, but here
first day of school, woke up
It's literally the first day of school with their little backpacks and all of their
literally all
Creed with his big crate he brought in.
What in the world? But you know what? He's an OG at this. He's not new to this. He's true to this. So that's hilarious.
5th year, which is crazy. So
right.
Okay, well, 5th year.
They're old. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's get into some of the things that have happened around the NFL, though. It's been a very interesting, last week, right? So
contracts trying to get done.
As of today, every team has officially started training camp. All 32 teams are at training camp. So we are really we're in the depths of football now. Yeah, we're here. All 32 teams have officially reported to training camp. It is so great to see. It's crazy because, believe it or not, there's already been good things happening, some injuries coming out. I'm dang, we're not even barely 48 hours into training camp. And of course, you're just seeing what naturally happens. So, I mean, there's also some guys who have not shown up to training camp. Okay. I think the biggest one that we should start off with, though, is Tre Hendrickson. Not there. He's actually in Florida. If you guys didn't know, he plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's in Florida right now. Okay. He posted on his Instagram story yesterday morning and was like, deuces, I'll see you later. See you when I see you. So just kind of quickly, what are some of your immediate thoughts about Tre Hendrickson literally not being there, being in Florida, and that's just one of the people whose contracts have not gotten done with the Bengals yet?
I think their front office just continues to be a hot mess. It's terrible.
Burn it all down.
He has been, I think, the highest sack leader in the NFL for 2 seasons in a row. Yes. He's more than earned an extension and a payday. I don't know how you look at your defense last year and see what a crap show it was and think, oh yeah, but we can afford to not pay the best player on the defense.
Yeah,
that's fine. So, I don't know what that is. I love that he's trolling them. It's a little bit reminiscent of Chris Jones trolling us, but at least we knew Brett Veach was trying to get a deal. They were trying to work out a long-term extension with Chris. Mm-hmm. I think with the Bengals, there's been rumors of talks kind of getting close right before camp, and then they just imploded again. So they just continue to just be just not good. He deserves his payday, but he is still under contract, but he said he refuses to play under this contract. So I don't know. Does he sit out the year? If they don't get it done, I don't know what he does. So that's tough. I feel for him.
I don't blame him at all. One, like you said, sack leader and has been balling out for the last 2 seasons consistently in a row. Yeah. Two, yes, their defense was horrible last year, which is even more I still think them paying Jamar Chase, yes, pay him. He deserves all the money in the world. But the T. Higgins signings very much caught me off guard still. I don't understand why they went and got that deal done when they should have next focused on Trey Hendrickson after Jamar. So whatever, like I get that that's your guy, but
they're trying to please their franchise quarterback and keep his weapons, right? And I get that, but like Burrow should also know the offense wasn't the reason they lost last year a bunch of games. It was
absolutely
mainly, and you could kind of go the early on games. Sure, it was probably a combo, a little bit of both, but towards the end there,
they started off slow.
It was the defense. So,
well,
I don't know. I mean, I'm glad T got paid, but like,
no, they could have waited on T.
Yeah.
He could have went literally anywhere else and got way more money. So the Trey Hendrickson situation is, I don't understand it. It sounds like they're not close at all. And I don't blame him. I would not put myself out there at risk to get hurt either. So I'm very like team player. Like I am all for the players getting their payday and all of that. So no, they need you. And that defense was bad last year. Just see what they're going to be like if you go ahead and sit out week 1. Now, I will say, I hope that he is still like working out and doing all of the things to stay in shape.
Sure. I think he is. I think so.
You know, that's just a really unfortunate situation. So that's just one of the guys that the Bengals still have not signed. They still have not signed their first round pick, Shamar Stewart, which is something else I don't understand.
This is wild.
I'm going to chuck that up to him having a terrible agent.
Yeah,
I think he has an awful agent. And just some of the verbiage some of the verbiage that I've read just kind of about the contract and what they want. And I want my player to still get a guaranteed contract, even if he goes to jail. Like, what? Why is that the first thing that like comes to your mind
and
when you're trying to speak about your?
Why is that what you're fighting for?
Right. So
it's just odd.
And it's very odd, especially because they didn't think he had character issues, which is the reason why they took him in the first round.
No, and that's the thing is like he hasn't had character issues. So
Absolutely
why are you saying, why are you acting like this guy's about to act out? And it's just odd. They're like trying to do something flashy and be like, oh, if we get this done, we'll change history with this kind of thing. But
and no, it doesn't work like that,
it's
right?
It's not going the way they thought.
Not on your rookie contracts, right? Go out there, ball out for your first 4 or 5 years, whatever it is, if they pick up your 5th-year option. And then when you're going to that second contract, then you can be very particular about what it is you want to have in your contract. But you haven't even done anything yet. You ain't even been in no camps yet.
You haven't even stepped on the field.
Do they even know what size helmet you wear? Like, did they even measure your helmet and your pads and your shoes yet? No, you need to get your butt out on the field. So if it was up to me, I don't know like where he grew up or who his family is or what, but I absolutely would be looking for a brand new agent, because if you're already starting off this rocky now and you can't even get to camp yet, then you got bigger issues happening there.
I remember listening to right before the day of the draft, I think he was on Good Morning Football, and I listened to his interview because at this point we didn't even know where he was going, and he seemed like the coolest guy, so excited to like hopefully be taken in the first round. But he did say like his parents, I think they're from, at least his mother, I think is from another country. So like she knew nothing about football. I think his dad wasn't like big in the sports world. So maybe his parents like aren't as familiar with sports to like point him in the right direction of a good agent. And maybe they think this is normal. Like I don't really know like on that end of things.
Yeah.
But he seemed like a good guy and he seemed like he was, so I'm not sure about this approach. And I don't think it even has to do with the Bengals. I think he'd probably be asking that anywhere he went, or his agent would be.
But I also feel like you got a team of veterans who a lot of them just got paid, and they can definitely help influence you to find another agent. So, I hope that he figures out a way to get this deal done, because he definitely needs to be on the field. The Bengals need every player at this point. So,
I would be so bummed if that was our first round pick.
I would be very angry. But anyway, that's enough about the Bengals. There's still more holdouts, right? So Terry McLaurin is looking for that contract. He wants his money right now. And he is also sitting out with the Commanders, which is insane because pay the man.
I don't even
love
understand
Terry
this.
McLaurin. I think he is great. Him and Jaden Daniels have a fantastic connection. That offense they do have. Now I get it. They have some dudes over there who are a little bit older, which is even more the reason why you need to keep a veteran like Terry McLaurin out there. Scary Terry, that's his name for a reason. So I don't know what is happening at all there. I'm sure he's trying to be the highest paid. I don't know if he necessarily deserves to be the highest paid. Maybe that's
very
the agenda that he's
consistent.
going for. He's very consistent, and I wouldn't even say middle of the pack. I definitely would say he is a top 10, but not enough to be making like Jamar Chase money. You know what I mean? Not Greta's money, nothing like that. But he definitely deserves the payday. So I don't know a lot about why there's this discrepancy and why they haven't been able to move forward.
For Jaden year 2, like I want them to build that rapport and
absolutely,
and I don't know. I mean, maybe you play out your contract this year, build more rapport with him, show even more what you can do, and then get a great payday next season. Because the thing is with Terry is he's been their backbone
since forever,
and he hasn't had a quarterback till last year. Like they have been in quarterback turmoil for years with him. That's all he's known. And with that, he's put up 1,000-yard seasons every single year. So like imagine a second year with a real quarterback. Like you have the chance to.
But I kind of look at it kind of like Trey Hendrickson too, right? Why do I got to go out here and play when I know that we can get a contract done on me now? What happens if I go out here and I get hurt? They're playing a tough schedule this year. I mean, they made it all the way to the NFC Championship game, which means they're playing a tougher schedule this year. So they need to. I fully understand that I want to sit out and I want to get paid because what if something happens and I do get injured, right? Like you never know what can happen from that. And their offensive line definitely needed some Jesus last year. So, I mean, I get it. I fully get it. Like I was cracking up him. He posted a picture on a yacht and I was like, yeah, energy. Like I feel that. Like if y'all aren't going to pay me, that's fine. I'm going to get my work done elsewhere. But I absolutely think that is another one of those contracts that they just need to figure it out and they need to get it done because he is a very big asset to that team and that roster. And he's a veteran who has a lot of just good leadership there too. So they need to figure that out for him.
Yeah.
Next, moving on to the Dallas Cowboys. God bless America. So I don't know if you heard Jerry Jones' press conference the other day. That was a hot mess. That was a hot ass mess, actually.
That was bad.
Long story short, you can go back and listen, but he was talking very bad about Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, which is crazy. So I was just like, okay, what in the world? But Micah still hasn't been paid. Micah needs to get his contract. Micah could also very much. I thought, my agenda was going to the Commanders. I was like, just go to the Commanders, Micah. Like, why not? That was the nasty agenda that I was trying to push. I liked my agenda. I think he should literally go to another team and get paid a whole bunch of money because he is really freaking good at what it is he does.
And they don't value you like they should. Like
they absolutely don't. They absolutely don't. And so the thing is Stephen Jones is the one who's really over like player contracts and things of that nature. Jerry doesn't have his hands in it as much as he used to. That's really like Stephen now. So I don't know what the disconnect is happening there, but he's at camp. He's at Oxnard. He's not technically holding out. I think he should, but he's not. So maybe there's a deal coming soon that the world just doesn't know about yet. Who knows?
Could be.
Anyway, have fun in California because that's where they are. And then TJ Watt got a whole bunch of money. Like what?
And they were like dragging that out like it wasn't going to happen, and then all of a sudden it just happened. Now
bunch of
he's now the highest paid defensive
players. Yes. So TJ Watt just signed a $3 million, a 3-year deal for $123 million with $108 guaranteed. And I was looking at, they did like a comparison of him and TJ Watt, and I laughed because TJ Watt like over 8 years made $103 million. Total.
You mean JJ?
JJ, who did I say?
You said TJ.
Oh, sorry, JJ, the other brother.
Yeah,
the other J. Side by side of TJ and JJ, and JJ over his span of work, it being in the NFL, only made like 103 million. And then TJ got 108 guaranteed. He's like, I better not ever reach for my wallet, like ever in life, like ever again. And
acting like he's broke.
Exactly. They did just have another beautiful baby though. So congratulations to them.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. And I absolutely think that it's an overpay, but hey, who am I? I mean,
he is like the Steelers though. Like right now, like
if he could stay healthy.
He was pretty healthy last year, I think. But I don't know.
1 year.
Yeah.
I don't know. 1 year. Now, I don't know if you guys have been all on social media and looking at all of the things, but ESPN just announced that they are releasing a series with the Chiefs called The Kingdom, coming out on August 14th, which is something that is really exciting. It's going to be a 6-part series. And I think they're releasing all the episodes in one day, which is something that is even more exciting. But they're pretty much just gonna, I don't know if they're recapping like the dynasty or last year or going into next year. I don't know what the agenda is for this, but it does launch on August 14th. Like I said, there's 6 episodes. It's going to be on ESPN, Disney Plus, all the things. But I am very, very excited to watch this. I know for a fact that I'm going to sit down and watch all 6 episodes at one time.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, I'm not, because they're releasing on different dates. I apologize. So they're doing 2 episodes
like
at a
2
time,
day,
but
right?
it's over a weekend, right? So 2 on the 14th. Oh, wow. Okay, well, this is spanning way longer than I thought. I'm actually reading it now. So
She's like,
2 over August 14th, 2 on August 19th, and then 2 on August 20th. Don't love that, but okay.
So we have to wait like a week in between?
Yeah, don't love that. Yeah, see, now you sound like me. I didn't realize that either. It does sound like it does sound like maybe they're hour episodes though, because the 2 on the 14th, one's at 8 and one's at 9, and then the ones on the 19th and the 20th are also one's at 8 and one's at 9. So you're giving me 6 hours of content. I'm not angry about that at all. But now I'm like, okay, do I watch it earlier or do I just wait till the 20th when all 6 episodes load? So,
and I think it's crazy how I've seen so many Chiefs fans, not so many, but I have seen some Chiefs fans saying they don't even want to watch it because they know the ending. I'm like, I don't think you understand.
What?
This is about our dynasty, what we've been through for the past years. Like, you're going to want, these are the good old days that we're living through right now. You are going to want to watch this to look back on. I don't care if you're sad after the last Super Bowl. We won 3 others before that. Like, I don't know how you couldn't want to watch this. Not to mention, I think Peter Schrager saw he's seen the thing already. He's seen the show already because he works for ESPN. So because he works for them now. So
all right.
But he was saying he's like I think Chiefs fans are going to be really pleasantly surprised how it ends. It's not like some depressing ending. It shows Mahomes getting back in the gym, not even 48 hours after the loss. It shows how everyone handles
they said
it.
that
like
literally,
it's going to fire you up for next season, and the disrespect has been loud. And like Peter Schrager, I wouldn't be surprised if he picks the Chiefs again to win the Super Bowl this year, just because. Yeah, I just think he just knows, like he just gets it. Chiefs are on a mission right now. I think we've already seen that in the first 2 days of training camp with Patrick. Like this man was handing out touchdowns today like Oprah. Like everyone was having touchdowns today. It was
I think for me, the fans who don't want to watch it because we lost the Super Bowl were not the fans who were here when we were sitting out in the cold, losing, barely getting to the playoffs. Like,
because how would you not? Right.
Like, what do you mean you're that spoiled?
And I know some of the people that have said it, I know have been fans for a long time. And I'm like, how are you that bitter?
Yeah, no, never in my life. Pay for my season tickets as soon as we lost.
Like actually just try and
Arrowhead. Literally.
Try enjoying your dynasty because it's not going to last forever. And then you're really going to be miserable.
Tom Brady lost too. And that's the GOAT. Tom Brady lost too. You know what I mean? So suck it up, Buttercup, and get over it. It's okay. It's going to happen. There's no way that I could not. I still go back and watch, what's it called?
Franchise?
The one that comes on YouTube. The franchise. I still watch the franchise like nonstop. Even not even last season. The season before when we lost all the games, it still went to the Super Bowl. Like, it's not fun in the moment, but also
I'm still enjoying
it. Be naive to what realistically happens with football. So anyway, getting into day 2 of training camp, because that is literally where we're at now. Oh no, God bless, we're not there yet. Whole bunch of things happened with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of things happened with the Chiefs. Forgot which podcast this was. A lot of guys got paid, y'all. Now, I will say this one caught me off guard, and we kind of talked about this earlier on the phone for a little bit, but George Karlaftis got a big payday. 4 years, $93 million, $82 million guaranteed, $62 million guaranteed. God bless. Sorry, my vision. It's been a long day. Now, we know that Tre Smith got signed, and we're going to dive into that and all the details of that because that is greatness. But George Karlaftis got signed, and most people assumed that the next person signed was
last week. Last week, Tre Smith got paid before our show, so we did talk about it last week on this show.
Great. Yeah. So we know that Tre Smith got signed. We did
already cover that last week, but yeah.
I'm like, so we talked last week about Tre Smith getting signed and the deal that he got, and he got a ton of money, right? Last week, during the show, we were like, okay, Trent has to be next, right? Like, Trent has to be next. Maybe it's something that can happen before camp. Maybe it's something that can happen before week 1. Who knows? Trent is the next guy that's on the chopping block. What does Brett Veach do on Tuesday? He announces George Karlaftis being signed, right? So that absolutely caught everybody off guard. Give me your immediate reaction, and then let's talk about why this is a great thing and not a bad thing.
So we had this inkling last week from your favorite account on Twitter, X, that pretty Ricky.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say that
Ricky Leaks.
I'm supposed to say that I respect the dog. I forgot last week. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man. For those of you that don't know, there's this account on Twitter. It's called like Ricky Leaks or something, and his profile picture is a dog. And we don't know who it is. We don't know who sits behind that account, but he comes up with a lot of pretty reliable information and insider like information. And last week after Tre Smith, he's like, be on the lookout. It might be George Karlaftis next. I'm hearing something. And Jodi's like, there's no way. And I was like, let's see. I was like, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Sure enough, like a few days later, George Karlaftis gets his deal, which gotta credit whoever that is, whoever that dang account is hiding behind the dog.
I'm like, no, there's no way.
In my mind, it's like Ian Rappaport's kid or Adam Schefter's kid or something.
Or Ian Rappaport.
Or like, yeah, just one of them. But I have to think they'd probably want to break. I don't know. Anyway, I was very pleasantly surprised to see that we did get the deal done. I love George. I think he stays kind of underrated, especially just as like a household name. He's very well known in the Chiefs kingdom, but I think around the league, he's still not quite as known, which is crazy because he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion, but very happy for him, very deserving. And I don't think it's an overpay. I think it's a very good deal for his production level. Yes. He sits in like the top 10 for top paid defensive ends, which I think is so fair for everything he means to this D-line. I would worry about our D-line without him. He's been very durable, knock on all the wood. He doesn't really get injured. So, yeah, love it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think I'm actually, at first, it really caught me off guard. I was like, George Karlaftis? But if you understand the 2022 class, that is a fantastic class. There's so many dudes in that class who need to get paid. Last week, I was like, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we seen like a Leo Chanel get like a Drew Tranquil or a Noah Gray type of deal, right? That's what I said last week, right? So to see that it was George, it was like, okay, this is great because we know that we want to pay Trent. We want to pay George. We want to pay Leo. Like we know for sure those are the guys that we want to get paid out of this 2022 class. And George Karlaftis, not only is he great, a lot of people don't realize what he does while he's on the field. So like you said, a lot of people think that he's underrated, but he is very disruptive when he is out there.
Very like
Chris Jones is getting double and triple teamed, and George is getting double teamed as well, and still being able to at least swipe the ball down, push somebody out the way. So Chris can get the sack or so he can get the sack. So being able to know that we're going to have these two guys together for the near future, that's really great to see. A lot of people also kind of need to maybe realize that George is probably the next Chris Jones, right? Chris Jones has been here for what, year 9 for him? Year 10, year 9 for Chris Jones.
I think, yeah.
We know that we're probably going to see him for another like 4 or 5 years, right? But how are you building up who is going to take over that next spot, right? And that is going to be your George Karlaftis. So
right, and then not to mention this deal, because we already have his 5th year option for next year. This won't even kick in the cap space for another
correct
2 years. So
and it was a very
almost like
deal too.
It's almost like a 6-year extension in total, like, which is fantastic. So
absolutely 100%. So I mean, and there's going to be a lot of guys coming up who are due for a payday. I mean, I believe Josh Sweat is next. He's next to get paid.
But are you saying on another team?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like, I was like having Chiefs in my head. I was like, he is not a Chief.
No, I was like,
what are you
due to
talking
be
about?
paid. Like,
oh, okay.
due to be paid. So there's going to be a lot of guys who
I was like, did he become a Chief and I missed that?
No, there's a lot of guys who are going to be due for a payday next season. Yeah. And if the market continues to skyrocket, we're not going to, I don't want to say that he took a team-friendly deal, because he did take a good deal.
Right.
But he still got paid very well. But next season, that market is going to go up even higher, which means depending on what his production is this season, say it does plateau and it stays the same and it doesn't necessarily go up, even though if it stays the same, I wouldn't be upset with that either, because I think his production is great. But even if it stays the same next season, he would get even more money because the market would be going up. So going in right now and getting him done, I think that's very smart, especially because it's not taking that much of a hit in the cap over the next 3 years. Technically, if you look at it, if you sit down and look at, I don't have it pulled up, but if you sit down and look at Georgia's structure over the next 3 years and what that cap hit is, it's actually very light. And that's where I would say it was team friendly. And it's kind of like they're putting something in the filters for somebody else who's going to get paid, which makes me think like a Trent McDuffie, who will have that bigger cap hit next year and the year after if we were to get him done. Some people think that Trent can still get done this year. I'm like, I don't think we have the money to get Trent done this year. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I don't think we would get Trent done this year. If there's a way to do it, cool. I don't think we even have the cap space to do it. Now, granted, during training camp, a lot of guys usually restructure. So Pat may restructure. Chris may restructure it during camp just so they could free up a little bit of more money to get somebody paid.
Crazy, because there's not even a lot of guys that can restructure right now.
Literally them two, maybe Creed, right? But even with them restructuring, I still don't think it would give enough space to be able to pay a Trent McDuffie. So unless Veach did his thing where he writes it off and it comes out like a bonus instead of a cap hit and blah, 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 blah. So that way it's not, you know how Veach does. I know a lot of people are like, what? Because they just don't know how he works the books. But anyway, so I'm actually very glad that they went ahead and got him done now. Get him done, get him over with. And then maybe next season we can get Trent McDuffie done. So with that being said, Trent McDuffie is going to be due for a very big payday. And I am not surprised at all that his deal did not get done. Not surprised.
No, and I've seen a lot of people like, well, now we paid George, now we can't pay Trent. I'm like, that's not the case at all. Like, I think that just shows, if anything, that we want to pay Trent and we will get that done. It's just a matter of he is going to become the highest paid cornerback. And so Veach he's got to work a little magic on that one. So whether that happens this year or next year, like you said, but I have no doubt we'll get it done at some point.
Now, I will say, though, I think if we would have got Trent done first, I don't know if George would be here next year. And I think maybe they know that too. I think if George has a really great season, somebody's going to throw a bag at him because everybody needs defensive ends.
And I think George, he just really wants to be here too. Like, he made that very clear when he signed his deal. He's like, I genuinely want to play for this organization. I want to be here. Absolutely. And I think we said it last week too, where like, think some of these guys see like it's not always worth going to the greener side with a little more cash because you're going to be losing, and that's not fun. Like,
even though he has 2 rings, but yeah, like,
but losing sucks. Like, no one wants to go to a loser when you know you could be with a dynasty. Like, you got to weigh your options.
No, I absolutely agree.
You have a chance to go down in history, or you can go make money and go make a little extra, right? And you're still getting so much money.
It's life-changing money, regardless. Right. Like, they're definitely good. So that I do love. So let's kind of talk about Trent McDuffie real quick. So because Trent didn't get done now, that means that if Veach can figure out a way to get him done this year, I don't think he does. I think it happens next year. I think it happens right when we get to the off season next year, or not right, but in the off season next year, around the same time that they got Tre done. But that mark, depending on what Trent McDuffie is going to basically have a Brinks truck at his house. I don't know how to explain the amount of money that he is going to get, especially depending on what his season looks like right now. Right now, the highest paid corner is at 30.1 million, right?
30.1, yeah.
Trent, even if he just has the same season that he had last year, he could probably get 30.5, but he's already made the NFL top 100 list. He's probably going to be a first team All-Pro this year. He was a second team All-Pro last year. He'll probably make the Pro Bowl this year because people are finally realizing who the heck Trent McDuffie is, McDuffie Island, which is wild because how are you just now realizing he's been locking people up for a very long time? But saying all of that means he might be able to get anywhere from 30.5 all the way up to 31.5. You already know how this chief organization works. They're going to make sure that their guy is the highest paid guy. We always make sure our guys are the highest paid guy. They've been busting their ass for these last few years. They've been bringing Super Bowls to this city. They're going to make sure that their guy's the highest paid guy, even if it's just for like a month. It's how somebody else can say.
Right. Like, yeah, it never lasts like that long, but
absolutely.
Yeah, Veach, this is Veach's proudest draft class for sure by a mile. So this is the class after the Tyreek trade. This is his pride and joy. So I definitely think he's going to pay as many of them as he can. And I think, the next one that starts with is Trent McDuffie. I think, Leo. And then from there, it'll be interesting. I don't know for sure.
You know, from there, it might be the next class. I think it just depends on who's available, who's still there. What does Hollywood Brown look like this year? Like, because he's looking for a long-term deal.
I wonder
what happens with the Rashee Rice situation.
Can see what happens with Pacheco too. Pacheco's got to have a big year, and if he does, but I don't think we're going to pay him. But I also don't know.
They're not going to reset the market.
No.
And that's unfortunate. I hate that for the running backs because I think every single running back deserves. They're putting their body on the line just as much as literally everybody else, if not more. If not more. So I hate that they feel like they have so many miles on them, so they don't pay them the amount of money that they're due, because I think last season taught us that running backs are very much still needed and they can go out there and do the job. Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, David Montgomery. The running back class last year, they were balling out, which is why he definitely should get more money, but we'll see when we get to that point. So Trent McDuffie is definitely going to reset the market depending on what his year looks like this year, and I think there's nothing but upside there. So him and his team deciding to wait it out a little bit, I think it's smart because give me all of my money, but I know Brett Deep is like,
he just has to make sure he stays healthy. That's the bottom line.
He has been, besides week 1 of when he became
year 1, week 1. Aside from that,
right, which we hate them real bad for that. Anyway, moving into training camp. So today is day 2 of training camp. Day 1 was it's so hard to not get overly excited about training camp because they're just in t-shirts and shorts. There's no pads on yet. So you're just like seeing like who's with the first team, who's running with the 2s, who's running with the 3s. And you're kind of just creating like your own hype about that. Patrick has got these receivers rolling, and I think that is a testament to what happened as soon as the Super Bowl ended, and he had all of them in the state of Texas. So it's really good to see that.
I mean, it wasn't even like 3 weeks later that they're all back in Texas working.
All of them, right? Like literally every single one of
Everyone.
them. Rocky, Hollywood, Sky Moore,
Noah
Xavier,
Gray.
everybody was down in Texas in March. So I don't think that people should be surprised when you see the deep ball to Xavier Worthy, the deep ball to Hollywood Brown, the deep ball to Rashee Rice that's already happened in these first 48 hours of camp. Because, yeah, they better be. Yeah, the connection better be there because they've been doing this for a long time. So it's really great to see. I will say the one thing that makes me sad, though, is the Patrick to Rashee connection because it is on fire.
It
And
looks
we ain't
so
gonna
good.
See it. We're not going to see it at the beginning of the year.
We don't even know. We don't know how many games Rashee is going to be suspended for, but we do know probably four-ish. 4 to
6, maybe 4 to 8, honestly. But
nah, I don't think it'll be 8. I think 4-ish.
Yeah, we'll let Roger Goodell tell us what that number is, but it's just really unfortunate because that connection there is really freaking good, and we're not going to see it for the first quarter possibly of football. But it's great to see the connection with Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown, because if we've learned nothing about what Patrick has kind of said in the offseason and what Andy has kind of alluded to as well, is they want to bring the deep ball back. They want to be able to get the ball down the field. They want to move fast. They want to keep this offense going. So it's really good to see that those connections are starting to happen now.
I think that's easily been the biggest focus, has been the deep ball. Like, for everyone has been saying that. Like,
yeah, absolutely. But you can only have the deep ball if your offensive line holds up. So I think that's a great pivot into the next conversation. Apparently, Josh Simmons looks good, y'all. He looks good. I'm on the hype train.
Fully aboard the hype train.
A month ago, I was like, he better not start. I don't want to see him out there. I don't want to see him hurt. Okay. But hey, if Andy says you could be out there and he is the most conservative, I don't want you out there if you're hurt. We're going to add an extra week. You're not taking as many reps.
Like, he's been very quietly confident in Josh Simmons. He's like, yeah, no, he's really good. Yeah. Like, he's been kind of mysterious. Well, he's always mysterious. Don't get me wrong.
Always giving smoke screens.
But, yeah, I think just from what we're hearing, like, everyone, like, around the Chiefs organization say is that as long as he's healthy, like, he will be the left tackle. And we're only on day 2 of training.
And that's just so interesting to me, right? So I don't know if you guys are caught up. Jawan Taylor started off on the PUP list. No, he started off on the PUP list.
Physically unable to perform.
However, Andy Reid said that he's a lot closer to being off of that list than the other people who started off on that list for this season, which, okay, that's great. Like, that's great news. Like, again, Andy's going to be overly precautious with everyone. And if he thinks you need an extra couple of days or weeks, he's going to not push or rush anything. Right. However, with that being said, don't we all remember that we went out and got Jaylon Moore in the offseason to come in and be the left tackle? Well, guess what, guys? He has been over on right tackle. So that is very intriguing to me. Josh Simmons has been at left. Jalen has been at right. And Jawan has been sitting down drinking water. Okay. So what does this mean? What does this say? What does this mean? What does this say? I know a few guys have been talking a lot. Pete Sweeney, Nate Taylor, some of your favorite Chiefs beat writers that you follow. They have all been talking a lot about how Josh Simmons looks really, 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 really good. Like, really, really good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Andy's being really quiet, but the others are speaking for him. Like, he's been very good.
Right? So it kind of makes me wonder, like, I don't know what to say. Like, it makes me just really like question, like,
I think
so what's happening next? Like,
I think with the amount, well, okay, we are paying Jaylon Moore a lot too, but the amount we're paying Jawan Taylor, it's definitely his job. But
maybe
if things aren't going well, I still think he will start the season there, and unless like an injury setback or something happens.
If he's not healthy.
But I think if things aren't going well mid-season, I think you could see Jaylon Moore go in for Jawan Taylor, which I think we're all for it if that has to happen. So I'm not rooting for Jawan Taylor to lose his job. I hope he does well. But he's had his penalty issues. He's been serviceable
every year
outside of the penalties.
Last year he was better. He wasn't nearly as bad as he was.
He really wasn't.
Prior. He was a
and
lot
the
better
NFL,
last season.
The NFL made him a focus. Like they made that their focus was him because there are a lot of tackles that false start. Yeah. Eagles.
A lot. Literally.
Eagles. But regardless, he's definitely been the subject of that talk. So yeah, I think it's very intriguing, and I love that we have the depth at tackle now because we all have PTSD from last season where we just didn't have any depth at tackle whatsoever. It was awful. And from what we've heard, Kingsley has been doing well at left guard so far. So that's
blessed.
exciting.
I mean, love that. He was a guard. He wasn't a tackle. So great. Put him where he's supposed to be at. Love to see that. So I just also want people to remember too that like Juwan Taylor last year there were times where he sat out. He did not take 100 snaps a game. 100% of the snaps in a game. And was it because maybe the knee injury, or was it because maybe he was tired, or was it because whatever, like they took him out on third down or whatever it was, right? So I love that not only this is the option, but moving Jalen from left to right and keeping Josh at left, like I'm going to hold back my excitement until I see pads, but it's very great to see. I kind of want to talk a little bit about the corner room too. So we know that,
well, just the defense in general hasn't gotten off to the best start, but again, it's been 2 days, so don't overreact to that.
Yeah. But when you look at the secondary and you look at the corners, right? So, of course, Trent is doing his thing on the outside. Jaylon Watson has been on the outside, and apparently it has not been pretty.
No, I will say every clip I've watched, it's a lot of Jaylon Watson.
Not been great.
I love Jaylon Watson, but he's getting burned a lot. And granted, it's very early. It's day 2, so I'm not going to be like, the world is ending, but,
Yeah, I mean, that Shamari Connor has been playing on the inside. I've heard that's been okay. I think Nazee's been playing on the inside.
Shamari's been good.
That's been okay. Joshua Williams is nowhere to be found. I'm like, oh, that can't be good. So
he's nowhere to be found. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of a sneaky,
concerning
one to watch. Yeah,
that's
one to watch for sure.
Yeah, is he gonna be on the practice squad, Lexi? Is it gonna happen?
I don't know.
He's gonna make this roster.
That's crazy. But the thing with like Joshua Williams is this is your fourth year playing. Yeah. Fourth year playing.
4. Yeah.
And you know the defense by now, and you know the expectations and all of that fun stuff. And he's good on special teams. Not elite, but he's good on special teams.
There's other players who I would like to. There's other people who I could see on special teams over him.
For sure. So I think he's got his work cut out when
he absolutely does. And that's, again, not going to overreact until we at least see pads, right? But just for me, if you're a veteran who's been in Steve Spagnuolo's defense for more than 1 year, I expect way more from you. If you've been in it for 1 year, then you know what Spags wants and what he expects. And you know that he also wants you to be incredibly versatile. And if you can't do those things, okay. But we're entering in year 4, so that is starting to be very concerning. So
I want to point out, too, Blake's saying in the comments, Blake T, shout out, he said once Fulton gets back, they'll be able to shift Trent back into the slot where he's even better. That'll help the outside guys, which, yes. So we are very much looking forward to him. We don't have a lot of details on his injury that he's out with, but he is a veteran. He can pick things up. So,
and they knew, bringing Fulton in, they knew that was somebody who probably wasn't going to play the full. He's not going to play the full 17 games in a season anyway. He comes from having a little bit of injury history, but I will say that will be another reason why when it's time to pay Trent, he's going to be like, listen, I've been playing inside and outside. So what's up? I've been doing more than I'm supposed to do. Y'all brought me here to be this person, and I've been able to be flexible in this way.
So he's done everything and more that we've asked.
Run me my coin, basically. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out on the secondary. I haven't really seen too much with the safeties yet either right now. I haven't heard anything
Shamari,
necessarily negative. Brian Cook has been okay. I've heard
Shamari's been I think Shamari's been probably the standout of all of them so far.
But again, it's day 2, so
yeah.
We'll see like what happens very soon. But I mean, those are just some of the positives to just easily take away right now.
Oh, and then Spags did say today in the presser, he said that Noel Williams is coming along nicely. So he's our rookie corner. So love to hear that.
Great to see.
And he literally looks like a young Justin Reed, and he's wearing number 20, and it's kind of crazy. No, I'm not saying player-wise. I'm saying in the face. In the face, he looks like Justin Reed.
I didn't say anything, Lexi.
I saw your face.
He's not on this team anymore, so I don't have to say things that are nice. But yes, him, and I mean, also Jared Wiley is going to be. Wait, that's not who I'm trying to say.
Jake Briningstool?
No, that's definitely not who I'm trying to say.
Who are you trying to say? No, right? I don't know what you're trying to say. You went into tight ends. I was talking
about the rookie from last year.
Oh, the rookies. Oh.
Rookie quarter from last year.
Oh,
it's not coming to me. I don't even care. I'm moving on.
Me? Hold on. I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm moving on because I know I'm tired. Anyway, Chris Jones has continued to be Chris Jones, and he has been making a difference. Jaden Hicks, thank you, Blake, because I'm like, it's not coming to my brain at this current moment.
Oh my God,
Jaden Hicks, he is going to continue to be a baller. He showed us in year 1 how much of a baller he is. So I cannot wait to see what his uptick looks like for this season. So he is going to continue to be that outstanding.
They have a lot of faith in him this year. So
he's developed so well, so quickly. I'm like on his hype train as well.
He's a young baller. I mean, he's good. Like he's fun to watch. And his energy is really good. And
absolutely.
Definitely excited.
Chris Jones is being Chris Jones, coming down the hill, being loud, making impact plays. If you know what I mean by coming down the hill at training camp, they come down the hill every morning, being loud, making impact plays already while he's on the field. I mean, there's some people that I just don't need to see a lot from. I don't need to see a lot from CJ. I don't need to see a lot from Travis. I don't need to see a lot from Patrick. Like, there's just some OGs that I don't need to see a lot from because I already know that they're going.
Speaking of like the OGs, like Mike Pennell is not doing a whole lot, but I'm like, he doesn't need to. He doesn't
need to. You know what? We can't afford for him to have any tweaks, okay?
Right.
You sit down next to Juwan and drink some Gatorade, and we'll see you what we need to see.
We'll see you week 1, honestly.
I do want to say, though, I love Chris Jones. I love his energy. He's been the funniest person at camp so far. Jumping into George Karlaftis' press conference yesterday, calling him G-Money. Jumping in the Spags press conference today.
You know what's so funny? You know, my dog's name is Gracie. I call her G Money all the time. And so when he said that, I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I love
thinking
Chris
about
Jones,
my dog.
All the energy that he has, and their relationship is great. I love to see the relationship that them two have. They very much remind me of Trey and Creed and their relationship. And Patrick and Travis and Trent, and you know what I mean. You can tell like the duos, and I love to see that because there
was no one happier for George than Chris Jones.
Absolutely. And then other than that, we already talked about the pup list, but Kristian Fulton, who again we just spoke about, waiting for him to hopefully have a speedy recovery, and then tight end Tre Watson also starting off on the physically unable to perform list. So what month are we in? Is it August? It's July. God bless America. It's July. It's early.
One more week of July.
Dudes don't have to be 100% right now. We would like for them to be 100% right now, but it is a very long season, and February is not anytime close. So take your time.
More than half the year away.
Get right. Take your time and do all of the things that you need to do. So you are prepared and ready to go for week 1. Other than that, I think that's all I really have about training camp. I believe, they're at camp tomorrow too?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, are they off tomorrow?
Their first day off will be Saturday.
Right.
We think
Which
Taz
is
will start
so weird. It's so weird because last year training camp was like always Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So for them to have so many Saturdays off this year, it's throwing my whole calendar off because I was not expecting that. But it could be because week 1 is in Brazil, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I have no clue.
And they always have like rookies and quarterbacks like pull up way before the rest of the team, which they didn't do that this year.
They didn't do that this year. Yeah. Which makes me think.
That means these rookies got to be promising, right?
You know, I'm like, okay, Andy. I know how Andy works.
Yeah.
And so for him to be like, you know what? Maybe he's turning over a new leaf. Maybe
I don't know.
He looks skinny.
Well, and listen, I think they're all trying new things for the new season, right? We lost pretty badly in the Super Bowl. There's no more superstitions from what you did last year. Everyone's changing it up.
I could wear my Trent McDuffie jersey again.
Right. We can do whatever we want going into this year. And then you got to go with what works off of the, off this year. But
absolutely.
But yeah, I think they're just trying whatever. And I'm just looking forward to camp continuing. And we just have football content every single day. We're so blessed. It's so wonderful. We have press conferences every single day. Mm-hmm. Catch those if you guys can, because there's always some good stuff being said.
Always
Pacheco and Chris Jones had some funny moments today. Yeah,
of course they did.
They're both hilarious. Both hilarious humans.
Of course they did.
Well, Pacheco decided. Have you seen that viral sound going around? It's like "Mommy, Mamacita," that from Love Island or whatever.
No, I thought you were gonna say the Jet 2
holiday. Oh yeah, the Jet 2 holiday. No. There's another one. Look it up later. Or I think Mackenzie Nelson posted it on her Twitter page from the presser today. But yeah, Pacheco's like, just starts off his interview. Mommy, Mamacita. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Oh my God, we got to end this show. Anyway, so many great things. Yeah, I'm like, so many great things happen. A lot of guys got paid. We're in training camp finally. Guys are finding their mode and doing their thing, and they look great.
Shout out to Drew Tranquil punching the ball out on Travis Kelce yesterday. That caused a wild overreaction from everyone.
Oh, I didn't see that.
'Tis the season. Oh yeah, he's the one. Drew Tranquil kind of punched it out, and then Chamari Connor caught the interception, but it was on Travis. So then the overreactions start day one. I just think it's hilarious, but that's the joy of training camp. So.
Oh yeah, I told everybody send every overreaction my way yesterday. Yeah. I will never ask for that again because I got way too many.
We should do. You know what? We should do an overreaction segment next week from all the different overreactions we see.
God bless. Like Stephon Diggs today, almost losing the puppy. Did you see that? I saw that. Almost lost a puppy. God bless. Oh,
that was even about. But.
There was something that I did want to mention earlier that I totally forgot about, even though I'm ending this show right now. But are you seeing all the drama happening in Miami?
Oh yeah,
there's so much drama happening in Miami.
Over there.
They're like, no, Tyreek, don't try to come back here and act like everything is okay, because you definitely walked out last year and said you do not want to be on this team, and now you just walking in here all happy and smiling. No. You got to earn our trust and respect back. I was like, that's right. And
Tell him, Tua.
Okay? Use your words. Use your words good. Anyway, we can't wait to be back here with y'all next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure that you are following Arrowhead Addict on every single platform that there is, on your X account, on your Instagram account, on TikTok, all the places. Also, make sure that you tune in to the OG Hour. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tune into the OG Hour because Patrick and them, they definitely going to have something hilarious to talk about. And I'm sure they're going to just have more nuggets about training camp and all the things that are happening. Other than that, make sure if you are listening on YouTube, you go like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and do all of those amazing, wonderful things. We will see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Love y'all.
Bye.